It's just mental. It's all
It's
mental.
totally mental, 100%. Hey everyone, this is Becky,
And I'm Angie.
and welcome to Real Talk with Becky and Angie.
What's your training program looking like right now?
What is it looking like? Lots of hikes, lots and lots and lots of hikes. So I have my Garmin watch that I literally live by right now. I'm loving, okay, talk about an analyst. I'm loving looking at all my stats. And it's not about the weight. It's not about my pace or my mileage. How's my body recovering? And so it's giving me all these stats, and it's so fascinating to see them get better. Yesterday, part of the 29029 Everesting training is we get a coach call every other week. And yesterday it was a female nutrition coach. And so it was specifically directed towards females. And she said something that was so powerful. I've never heard this before. Women are not smaller men. And I'm like,
You ever heard those words said?
I hadn't either. And I thought, wow, that is really powerful because like I'll make dinner for Jen's and me and I'll make his plate larger than mine. It's not that we are just smaller or different shape or whatever. Hormonally, we are totally different,
Mm-hmm.
totally different. She targeted really from 35 to 55. I'm 55. And the whole premenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. She said something very interesting. She goes, when you're menopausal, that is one day in your life. So when people say, "Oh, I'm menopausal,"
Oh, yeah.
it's
No.
one day. So after you're menopausal, you haven't had a period for 12 months, you're postmenopausal. So
Yes.
I did not know that. I am postmenopausal.
Okay. How's your training going?
So my training is going well. Really dialing in the nutrition, finding out what works, what doesn't work, and people were so worried. What on the day of the event? What should I eat? Well, eat what you've been training to eat,
That's what
and
you're supposed
and
to do.
and so that's been an opportunity to learn what really keeps my system moving. And I love bananas. I really started eating bananas like a couple hours into my hike, and it's like it's the best banana I've ever had in my entire life.
That's what I was explaining to Jake. Training is not just putting in the miles. It's about dialing in all of the things along the way. Like,
Yes.
what's the amount of water you should have? What's the amount of electrolytes that you need to have? What's the food intake? Do you like goo? Do you not like goo? Do you like the blocks? And finding out those things that work for you. That's why you do all of that in addition to the actual miles you're putting in.
Yep.
And
How's your
yeah,
training?
I'm good. I am really proud of myself. I'm super proud of myself. I text you, Becky, after Sunday's 12 miles. During the 12 miles, those moments come up of like, for me, of emotion, of like, this is hard. This is hard, and I'm going to keep going. But I start getting this like restriction in my throat. I think they call it a stridor. So you just kind of like my throat starts tightening up a little bit, and I have this hard breathing, and I'm learning to like, okay, take it down a notch. This is all this self-talk that we've talked about, self-talk, getting myself, okay. And I can look at my watch and I can see my heart rate. By the way, you have your Garmin. I have my Apple Ultra, which I love. You like how my
Uh-huh.
camera's doing that? That's my Apple that's doing that, by the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have my Apple Ultra
Apple,
and
apple, apple.
Apple. But anyway, so when I got finished, I hit stop, I hit done to save it, and I put my hands on my knees. Jake was right there with me, and I had this like just started bawling. It was just an emotional release of
Mm.
like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's just a lot. 12 miles just steady of
Yeah.
going, and
Yeah.
I'm excited. I mean, I did 20 miles total last week. This week's 24, and it's
Wow.
just stay steady.
Yeah.
And Felicia asked me what my times were, and I'm pretty close to what I did 25 years ago.
Angie, that's fantastic.
It's just mental.
You can
Somebody's,
keep going. I know you can keep going. It's just, how's it going to look?
yep, just keep going. You just don't stop. Just don't stop. You just don't stop. Just keep going.